Balik po tayo sa MOA Arena at fourth quarter na po ang ating pinapanggalingan. But after that action-packed third quarter, partner, we expect more. Dahil itong kupunan ng Alaska, humahabol na po ngayon ng 8-point deficit. And really, their offense is in shambles.
You know, when you're Alaska, you can if you want to feel good about yourself, you can say it's only an 8-point lead. Hindi naman malaking 8 points eh. The only problem is you can feel that momentum really on the side of San Mig Coffee at the moment. If you're, ang hinahanapan mo dito, if you're Coach Luigi, sino ba sa mga local ko puputok? Dahil other than Cyrus, not gotten anything from most of them.
Plus in a defensive game, their import Wendell McInnes is hobbled with 4 personal fouls. Same with Calvin Abreva. Although ito, San Mig Coffee, Joel Puntarada rather, missing that point-blank shot.
Now, this is where you actually feel the loss of Alain Maliksi because there's just not enough shooters on the floor. But San Mig Coffee, they have to stay big.
And after nung third quarter time, tinitingnan pa rin yung tuhod itong si Alain Maliksi and Coach Tim Pronopting na hindi pa rin pasok. Ito, may agaw na naman ng San Mig Coffee. Active hands para sa mga defenders ng San Mig Coffee. And James Knapp finally scoring in the game, but what a way for him to start scoring.
May have gotten away with a foul there, but eventually the San Mig Coffee players, they continued to play. Alaska Aces started looking at the referee.
Gitgitan sa ilalim, Don Ontiveros siya ang binabantayan ni James. At si James Yapa ay matatawagan naman ang kanyang pangalwa na personal foul. RJ Yasul, ilalabas muna, babalik itong si JV Casio. Rafi Rivas, ilalabas din. Babalik si Jody Vance action as JV attacks immediately. But si Tony De La Cruz, sa kanyang perimeter shot is not good. 10-point lead is definitely a luxury in this hardly fought ball game. As James Shaw pulls up. Hindi pumasok at sa rebound play makuha ni Tony De La Cruz. Kaagad na atake ang Alaska. Nakita si Wendell McInnes. Pero may foul on Joel Ponferrada. The initial call is a flagrant foul.
Let's see what happens here.
In the third quarter.
Remember what happened? Nung nagkaroon ng flagrant foul, ang Alaska, and that was on Gabby Espinas. That's actually the time in which San Mig Coffee made a run. Now, let's see if this is actually a flagrant. If it is going to be a flagrant, maybe ito yung magiging mitya para dito sa Alaska Aces.
Ayun, pinailaliman. Itong alley pass. Manipis na flagrant foul yan.
The thing is, never really made a play for the ball.
Pero naipit din si Jewel Ponferrada.
Yun ang problema. Jewel probably gonna say, paano ako makakatigil? Pinulak rin ako nung kakampi ko.
Well, let's see. He'll be given a flagrant foul, a penalty one, which means 2 free throws.
And getting that call because never really made a play for the basketball.
That would be 2 free throws for Wendell McInnes and a great opportunity. Gaya ng binabanggit ng partner. Nangyari na ito. Sa Alaska naman, yung third quarter, San Mig Coffee is hoping na hindi sa kanila maulit ito.
For Joel Ponferrada, in the first half, he really helped his team. When you come in and you're like one of those guys that is in the deeper part of that bench, and when you come in, what your coaches expect from you is just not to hurt your team. Here in the fourth quarter, gave up a turnover, missed a short one, and now a flagrant foul. Not exactly what Jewel had hoped, especially Coach Tim Cole.
Though ito si Wendell McInnes po ay nahihirapan na rin sa kanyang free throw shooting. 3 out of 9 tonight. Namintis pa! Para sa kanyang pang-pito. Namintis na tonight yan.
And actually, I believe Blakely's actually shooting better than McInnes percentage-wise today.
Dondon stops. Ilalapit. Left. Hinabol pa rin Marcus Blakely. And a recovery by
no. Another flagrant foul. And the worst part about this, is that it is actually Pingris, and if this is the second one, mas mahaba yung pahinga nito.
5 minutes.
No, but they have to check. The referee still has to check if it's a flagrant foul.
We saw him holding on to the foot of the running Wendell
Yeah,
McGuinness.
I actually saw it, and I want to see it on replay. I saw it on live. First of all, coming out of this block, you can see that off the run, babagsak itong si Mark Pingris, and when he falls, very tough. It's going to be interpretation. Oh, interpretation is sadya. Yun lang yun, interpretation ba? Patayo ba si Mark? O sadya niyang binapa?
So he'll be called for the flagrant foul.
That hurts because, again, he's gonna have to sit out longer. Dahil habang dumadami yung tinatawag na flagrant foul sa kupunan mo, you sit out longer than the initial one.
So yun pong una na itawag dito kay Jewel Ponferrada, will be resting for 3 minutes. A 5-minute penalty on Mark Pingris ay matatawagan naman. O yan ang kanyang penalty na kailangan i-serve after getting the second flagrant foul for the team. Samantala, Wendell McGuinness. Ito, binibilangan na ng mga taga-Sanmig. Trying to get into his mind.
Naisip niya na rin. You can see that he actually double pumped that free throw of his. Was actually ready the first time he stopped.
So it's 3 out of 11 para dito kay Wendell McGuinness sa kanyang free throw shooting. And again, missing that one.
Yun, may halo ng malas because it was actually straight. And it just rolled around the ring.
10-point lead with 10 minutes and 6 seconds in the game. This is a do-or-die game. They still go to McGuinness. Ibobomba yun, pero may foul siyang nakuha on Marcus Blakely.
We're going to get to the free throw line once again. Worst part about it, when you go back to the free throw line and you still haven't made a basket yet, it's all in your mind now. Lahat yan nasa isip mo na. Ilang sunod na mintis na ba nangyari sa kanya?
And the foul was actually called on James, but it will be Wendell McGuinness again on the free throw line. And again missing.
Lahat luwa eh. Lahat ng free throw niya, luwa.
So Marcus Blakely can actually afford to smile. I'm not the guy on the free throw line anymore. It's Wendell McGuinness who's shooting 3 out of 13 from that area.
So inasinta na talaga.
Kulang na lang i-dunk yung maawa ka na. Ipasok nyo na. And after a long while, ngayon lang po nagka-scorean dito. Still a 9-point lead daw para sa kapanan ng Sanmig. Rafi Rivas will post it against Calvin. Joe Devine, pull up, jumper. Yes, pero nandun si Rafi Rivas. Sukit na lang yun, pumasok pa.
And that's why, you just try to keep the ball alive. Never know what's going to happen. That time around, they even got a field goal.
The small things, yung maliliit na extra effort, naglaking resulta na bibigay sa Sanmig. JB, 3-point shot, Mendez, ang Tony De La Cruz, kinuha pa sa kabila, Mendez, at ang recovery makukuha naman dito si Donovan Tiberos. Fake ni Tony De La Cruz, ayaw pa rin! Tapik, ayaw pa rin! Pero makukuha ni Dondon.
It's starting to get frustrating if you're Alaska.
Pang-apat na ito, pero nandun pa rin si Rafi Rivas from behind, para recover pa ni Marcus Blakely. And Marcus Blakely and Calvin Abueva continue to exchange words as Coach Luigi Villa is inside the hard court.
No call whether he's going to get a warning.
Arms up high, asking for the foul. Obviously, we know that no foul can be called at this point. Coach Alex also doing the same gesture.
They feel that block on the part of Rafi Rivas, na sumabit si Rafi Rivas and Wendell McGuinness.
Ito, tingnan natin kung makikita pa natin itong replay yung hinihingi doon ni Coach Luigi. Although he'll be called for the technical foul. And Alex Malyari will be the one to take the technical free throw.
It's been a free throw shooting contest. Actually, whoever makes free throws.
Ito, tingnan natin on the reverse angle. From behind si Rafi Rivas. May bola pero parang may yung baba ng braso niya may tinamaan din.
I wonder who got called for the foul. Abueva, so Abueva's got 5.
Alex Pagliari will attack. We'll go back dito kay Marcus Blakely. Import versus import na at this point of the game. Jody Vance inching closer against Tony De La Cruz. Step back with this. Nandun si Marcus Blakely. James Young, really. Inaabot pa rin niya yung ball around, but mapupunta na ito sa Alaska. JV Cassius signaling play.
Alaska been told they've got to get a field goal for themselves now. It's been a while since they've scored.
Ay, maalala po natin in their last victory against San Mig. 12 puntos din yung kanilang in-overhaul, ha? Noong fourth quarter na rin. As Wendell Makinis, finally pumasok na yung kanyang outside shot.
We're probably not really in the scheme of things na plano nilang gawin dun sa play na yun, but sometimes you just need to get a shot up to just to stop the bleeding.
And they'll take anything. Down by 10. Rafi Rivas fumbles. Pero may foul pang inakuha. Really the breaks going San Mig Coffee's way in the fourth quarter.
Such a grinded out fourth quarter at present. You know, we've only actually played less than 4 minutes, but parang ang dami na nangyari sa fourth quarter natin.
At yung composure, dito masusukat for both teams. Ang kupunan ng San Mig Coffee nasa itaas pa rin po ngayon. Habang ating titingnan etong ating Photon Thunder Drive and Wells. Etong si Marcus Blakely who continues to be a force inside as he continues to attack. At ipusin niya ng Photon, empower your business. Back to an 11-point lead para sa kupunan ng San Mig and Alaska, hoping that some momentum will start from this possession. Pero ito, depensa talaga ng San Mig. Ayaw silang tantanan. May agaw pa! Marcus Blakely! Sino ba yan ni Makinis? Pero namintis yung layup dito si Marcus Blakely. Good challenge. Saros Baguio, pukol sa 3. Ayaw pa rin. And rebound makukuha. Balik sa Alaska. Asyo, siya naman. Ayaw pa rin.
But he gets called for a foul. You know, one player that's actually done a lot of help para sa Alaska, Tony De.
We promised you a do-or-die game, but we are giving you war dito sa MOA Arena. Pagpatuloy po ang kiskisan itong San Mig Coffee at Alaska Aces. Sobrang dami ng action dito. Hindi ko na nakuha batiin yung aking apo na si Amara na nagpo-4th birthday today.
Wow.
Hindi ko na nakuha batiin.
Sabay pala sila nung hindi ko rin nabati na kapatid ko. Birthday rin ngayon.
Pasensya na po kayo. 67-58. Pareho na po problema sa free throw. Itong magkabilang kupunan na ito. At Alex Pagliari from the 3, hindi po pumasok.
You know, the free throw shooting is dismal, but also the 3-point shooting. San Mig Coffee, 1 out of 17.
And to think, yung tres, parang willing na sacrifice yung magkabilang kupunan. Pinapatira na talaga eh. Laris Baguio completely missing the 3-point attempt.
You can't say that Alaska's not had their chances.
Joe DeVaz wisely using the reverse to finish that one.
McKinnis got to be careful. You know, no need to push itong si Joe Devance doon. Also, Rafi Rivas and McKinnis getting into it.
Although sinasabi nila, pareho, wala na silang ginawa. Pero patuloy ang kiskisan doon. Makikita ni Jamie ito si Wendell Makinis wala sa una. Pangalawa, matataga pa rin at makukuha. Wendell Makinis really working hard. And JV Cassius fuming, saying na ang dami ng tagang inabot ng import ko.
Well, you know, you got to give it to Alaska. That's 23 offensive rebounds in this game. Wendell Makinis himself accounts for 10.
Wow. At malaking isda yung nakuha niya doon. Si Marcus Blakely will be called for his 4th personal foul. And Makinis makes the free throw. Ito, tingnan po natin. Itong ating Photon power play na ito. That's Joe DeVaz doing the reverse. At insenyo ng Photon, empower your business. Makinis missing.
Every shot that was close para kay Wendell Makinis has gone out.
That's 5 out of 16 sa free throw shooting nitong si Makinis tonight. Rafi Rivas. Pinaikot yung bola. Nakita nila si Marcus Blakely at the low blocks. Sumabit na. Itong si Tony De La Cruz and bodies flying here. That time, sumabit itong si Wendell McKinnis, but the foul was called earlier on Tony De La Cruz.
You almost feel like a team that actually gets hot from the outside is going to win this. Even if you say Alaska's down by 10, and you can say that because it's so hard to score underneath that pressure. And both teams have decent guys that can shoot the three-pointer. Let's say maybe on the San Miguel side, James Yap starts getting hot, and Joe Devance, they'll be able to pull away big time. Alaska, they just need to string together shots from Cyrus as well as JV from the outside.
There's a lot of time, partner. 6 and 11 pa rin natitira as Marcus Blakely missing both free throws. Sabi ni Makinis, huwag ito makakalimutan. Ang original lang na istorya dito. Yung free throws si Marcus Blakely. Sanitos, attacking again. And again, Tony De La Cruz. With offensive rebound. And another chance para sa Alaska. Cyrus Baguio from the three-point line. He's spraying for one. And he gets it.
That's what we were saying. And with the number of attempts that Alaska's getting, they're going to be due. There's a difference of 21 attempts. Make that 11 attempts difference between the two teams.
14 points for the Skyros. Sapat na para tapyasin ang kalamangan ng San Miguel to 7. Atake ni Marcus, mintis yung una, but for the second serving, it's good. And again, mapapansin mo, iwas na yung mga defenders niya. JV Casio, pagpapasahan sa loob, almost losing it. Mari-recover, mapunta kay JV. Babalik, Tony De La Cruz. Spot there.
Alaska starting to hit their shots right now. You know, they've only shot 28% in the game, so they're also due to hit some shots.
Eksakto 5 minuto naman ang natitira sa ating laban. And it's only a 7-point ball game. Although on San Mig, most of the game, sila nagkocontrol ng tempo ng laban na ito. Blakely makukupkup at mawawala ni Joe Devance, giving Alaska another chance to inch in closer. Alaska Aces making sure na itong sunod nila 4 minutes and 35. Yan po ang natitirang oras sa ating laban. Unti-unting nauubos yung oras pero hindi nauubusan ng pag-asa ang magkabilang kupunan. Because they know the importance of this ball game. And Alaska riding high on a small run here in the fourth quarter. JV Casio, that one is short.
San Mig Coffee better clean up their defensive glass. Again, they're giving away too many opportunities to the Alaska Aces.
Luckily for them, hindi pumasok yun sa Alaska. Yung pasa ni Joe Devance, another turnover. In the last 3 possessions, I remember at least 2 from Joe Devance.
Two turnovers from Joe Devance, and that one, panira na, pinasa pa. You know, maybe he also needs to get some rest. Remember, binabantayan niya kanina si Wendell McKinnis, umo-opensa pa siya. Now, Mark Ping is available after that flagrant.
Oo, nakapahinga na mahigit na 5 minuto actually. Ito si Mark Ping is McKinnis. Trying from outside. Pumasok yung tira niya kanina earlier, but that's not the last time. Ang kupunan ng San Mig Coffee will slow things down. They're still on top by 7 points and milk some clock. You see the baseline is Marcus Blakely, pero sumabit doon. Both Sanitos at si Tony De La Cruz, parehong may contact doon, but the one will be called the Sanitos.
Very willing to give him that foul. You know, it's only a 7-point lead. These free throws of Marcus starting to become more and more important for the moment.
Dalawang magkasunod na mintes yung pinanggalingan nito. But that one merits a smile on Marcus Blakely's face. Ringless. 8 out of 19 tonight. Namintis yung pangalawa, pero sapat na yun para kay Marcus Blakely. Is back to an 8-point ball game para sa Coffee Mixers. McKinnis will roll after the pick. Pabalik kay Tony De La Cruz. He made one. Ang pangalawa niyang attempt. Pasok din yan.
Alaska starting to figure out what to do with the basketball after they trap the pick and roll. Lots of times nakakuha na ng tira si Tony De La Cruz at the mid-range.
And it's only a 2-possession ball game. Although bola po ito na kupunan ng San Mig Coffee. Mas humigpit na ang depensa dito ng Alaska. Mas pamurna ang momentum sa kanila dito sa fourth quarter. But PJ Simon always Ito ang pamatay sunog ng kuna ng San Mig.
Big shot because right now, San Mig Coffee really looking for a guy that can create a basket for himself. PJ finally gives him one.
Alaska may founder shooters. Ito si PJ naman sumasagot for San Mig. Pero bago naka-atake doon, itong si Wendell McKinnis, a foul is given up by Rafi Rivas. Penalty na po ang San Mig Coffee. Ang kumpulan ng Alaska, meron pa lamang 4. With 2 minutes and 34 in the game. Wendell McKinnis is tested and tested again and again tonight. He had lots of attempts, pero ang kanyang free throw shooting, 5 out of 17 tonight.
And this is the first time that this has happened. He's close to a 70% free throw shooter for the tournament.
One of those nights, ano, na hindi mo na maipaliwanag. Talagang maalat lang mula sa free throw line. Oh, buntik na. Pero ito, makukuha ng marirecover pa rin ang kumpulan ng San Mig. With 10 seconds, buntik na naman. Mark Baroka, si Makinis na ang kaharap niya. He'll use the baseline. He was stopped. Marcos, yung outside shot. Mintes, tapi ka makukuha pa ni Wendell Makinis. Kumara Chanda. Alaska, tres, ni Casio ayaw, but Makinis is there. Cyrus Baguio with another one! That's simple.
Man, we told you earlier, you know, the number of attempts Alaska's having. A guy like Cyrus, maybe JV Casio, will finally hit 3.
Na nagbibida po itong si Cyrus Baguio with 2 3-pointers in the 4th inch enclosure. Mark Baroka! Wala pero naman si Mark Fingers. Tapi na makukuha pa rin ng Alaska. And another chance. And what a big miscue.
You know, this is a game that you can actually see that there is pressure, that the pressure is actually getting to the players. You know, rebound there on the part of Mark Fingers. Very close shot, could not get it. And then this one, just an easy pass. And actually spins away.
So another chance given itong San Mig Coffee. As Mark Fingers is isolated, losing his footing, but there would be a foul on Sunny Toss. Pang-apat na personal foul on Sunny Toss. Kinabig na itong si Mark Fingers. No free throws, only sideline inbound. Ito, tingnan po natin yung pagkabig doon sa may bewang nitong si Sunny Toss. Marcus Blakely against Wendell McKinnis. This has been a matchup here in the 4th quarter. Baroka, nakawala pero malakas. Tapi ka makuha ni Joe DeVance.
Offensive rebounds, which was actually lorded by Alaska Aces. San Mig Coffee getting key offensive rebounds here in the last 2 minutes.
And those extra possessions are very much precious. And the suspenseful ending of a do-or-die game. Less than a minute to go. Mark Baroka, libre.
If we get to see that replay, you gotta believe the referees are letting these guys play because JV Casio actually had his arm on the neck of Mark Baroka.
At yun ang sinasabi ni Coach Steve
Exactly.
Zone.
I mean, it's actually crazy that it happened at the top of the key where everyone can see it. You see it right here. You see JV gets beaten off this move and he grabs him. No fouls. No worries.
Pasok pa rin yung tira ni Mark Baroka. Given a hand by JV Casio.
But you know, talagang here in the last 2 minutes, the referees have just allowed these players to play and it's been really difficult to score on both ends.
Let's run to listen to Coach Luigi because they're down by 6 with 46 to go in the game.
When you give it, okay, when you give it, JV, hold it. This guy's coming through, okay, stay here. Make sure it's a good triple screen. Devance is slow to come in. Okay, side, go. Look for that 3. If not, JV's here. Okay? Sonny, back pick. JV, find your way to the corner. If you don't have it side drive, JV will be at the corner for you. Okay? You're going for a 3. Okay?
So plenty of options for the Alaska Aces in that play made by Coach Luigi Trillo.
But at the same time, because San Mig has shown zone, they have to actually adjust to either to what defense San Mig Coffee is going to show or do.
Narinig nga natin yan, giving the players the option. Meron sa labas, meron sa loob. Pero ang unang nakakita.
Another turnover.
Wow! Earlier, it was a bad pass by Cyrus Baguio to JB. This time, it's a bad pass from JB to Cyrus. Alaska's options limited here and they're forced to foul.
No, Grado, in close games, it's all about execution and poise. You see, for Alaska, Aces did not execute. You know, the poise was not there. But this is a champion team. But today, just came up with the bad turnovers at critical situation. Plus, of course, let's not forget the free throw disappearance of Wendell McKinnitz.
Ang daming namintis ito. And those small things, malaki ang naging bearing dito sa ating laban na ito. This is a 7-point ball game. And nakatapigan pa doon ni Alex Malyari. And a challenge on the 3-point attempt by Cyrus Baguio.
They're going to call a foul. But you know, the thing is there, you also have to be a little bit careful if you're Malyari, if you're Alex, because you don't want to go up and contest that 3-pointer to the hand. Gives a chance, chance para dito sa Alaska.
With the clock stopped, may tatlong pagkakataon. Itong si Cyrus Baguio, pasok yung kanyang una. Ito po yung foul doon. Itong si Alex Malyari. So 2 out of 2 so far. There's another third attempt coming. As Wendell McKinnitz temporarily ilalabas muna ni Coach Luigi. We expect a foul here as pasok yung tatlong free throws. Ito nga si Cyrus Baguio. Inbound, si PJ Simon is being trapped. And finally the foul by JB Casio.
In a game where we've seen the most misses from both imports from the free throw line, this game, ironically, will still be won and lost in the free throw line.
At si PJ Simon ang susubukan ng mga taga-Alaska.
But it would be won or lost in the free throw line. But I don't think both imports are going to be the ones that are going to get fouled here. There's no way that the coaches are going to allow na yung bola umabot sa mga kamay nila.
Tingnan muna natin po itong ating defensive stop of the game na ito. At nagresulta sa isang fast break finish ng San Mig Coffee. Hatid sa inyo ng Preston Brake Fluid for superior braking action and safety. Siguradong nasa mabuti ka ang kamay. PJ Simon completes his trip sa free throw line, upping the lead of San Mig to 6 points, 79-73 with 31.8 remaining. Ang Alaska, kailangan magpiga na rito, especially ang kanilang mga panira dito because yung kanilang huling mga timeout nasayang sa kanilang mga turnovers as we listen in again to Coach Luigi Trillo.
For Sunny, okay? Don here, huh? Sai, you're here. Okay? Sai, you're here. Okay? Tony. Okay, Wendell. Okay? Sai, you fake. You just pretend you're looking here. Okay? Come through, double screen. We go. Go, Sai, get that. Okay? After the double screen, Wendell, you screen down. Okay? Screen down. Dondon's coming out. Hit that. Okay? If you're not sure of the shot, weave to JV coming out. JV takes it. Okay? I have 130. Okay, JV, take a look at this. Okay? Don, Sai. Okay? Tony, Wendell. Look here. You gotta show you're looking here, and as we go, boom, boom, you shot.
Full step up for Alaska, down by 6.
Lots of shooters on the floor for them. You got to think that they are going to go for that 3-point shot. JV Casio may be inbounding, but they also look to him to come back to the basketball.
And this possession could be telling. They should start somewhere else. Dondon asking for the contact, pero instead makukuha pa dahil nga mga taga San Mig Coffee. And that would be it as Marcus Blakely Hinawakan pa itong si Dondon Hontiveros. He'll go to the free throw line. But for them, even if Marcus not really at his best on free throw line, lamang sila ng
We actually expected this ball not to even be in the vicinity of Marcus Blakey as well as Wendell McKinnis on the offensive end, but still it finds its way to their hand, and he actually makes the free throw.
Bonus na bonus yun. Samantala, ito, babalikan natin yung panggaan doon ni Dondon Hontiveros at ni Mark Ingris. Was forced to pass the ball, pero makukuha pa lang yung Zalmic. At kompleto pa ni Marcus Blakey ang dalawang uling free throws niya. At suddenly, isa sa pinakamalaking kalamangan at 8 points. Yes, actually was at 12. Pero lumapit na po itong mga kupunan ng Alaska. But in the end game, the crucial miscues and the non-executions of the plays getting it stalled dito sa kupunan ng Alaska.
You look at this game, and you look at those last plays as we see the games tomorrow for the NCAA. You look at the last plays of this game. Turnover, JV Kasha. Turnover on the part of Cyrus Baguio. A forced shot right there on the part of Dondon Hontiveros. If not for the 3 free throws of Cyrus Baguio, Alaska would not have been able to actually score, put the points on the board here in the last 2 minutes.
This game has been excruciating for both teams. 19 seconds left. Ito yung una eh.
Now that's the first, and this one hurt because I believe the lead was only 2 points at that time, and after that, coming off a timeout, another turnover, and this was the last play I was talking about. You set up a play, and then you don't get a shot up, another turnover.
Ang masakit doon na partner, galing sa timeout, yung dalawang huling turnovers. Mintis pa yung attempt ni Wendell McKinnis. Alex Malyani, easy na lang para sa kanya. So this is a 10-point ball game. And for all intents and purposes, ang kapunan ng San Miguel Coffee will march to the semifinals with only 6 ticks remaining in the game.
Tough game, you know. This was a game that we really saw both teams that put everything out there on the floor, and very different from game 1 of this quarterfinals, kung saan umabot yung score natin ng 112. This one, you can see it, an all-out defensive battle.
At as we were discussing at the start of the game, mas gusto ng Sandvik itong klase ng laban na ito. Having done it all conference long. 6 seconds in the ball game. Makinis sa labas titira, will not make it. At doon na, matatapos ang ating ball game. Digdigan na laban. At matapos ang gera, we see players and coaches doing the handshake. And what a hard-fought battle natin po nakita for our Thriller Friday offering. But that would be it for Alaska. Last